Hey soldiers, I am here with the one and only, my dear sister soldier, Deanna Hewlett. Deanna and I know each other for years. She was a yoga teacher for many, many years, and then just recently, in the last few years, or couple years, has been studying world religion, world views, ethics, and environmental policies. So she's kind of become this really a wealth of knowledge as far as all things environmental, animals, soil, air, everything. So she came down to Bend, where we are right now. We're actually on the Deschutes, and with a fire happening right behind us because they're burning fires, controlled burning, which we have questions about. As we were driving, I learned all kinds of other things from Deanna. So one of the things that I thought might be helpful is just to hear her point of view of what we're going to be looking at for WakeUp, our WakeUp Earth Day experience that's happening April 21st to the 25th. It's going to be on Facebook. We have 3 sessions per day, a move and meditate at 8 in the morning, a lunch educational and educate and act session, and then an evening reflection. It will all be tied into the 5 elements and how the 5 elements relate to environmental challenges that we face in the world right now, which is everywhere, I think. So I just kind of wanted to ask Deanna, what do you think will you give us a brief overview of what we'll be looking at over the course of the 5 days? And so Deanna will be presenting the lunch sessions that are the educational component. So what is your thought on that?
Yeah. So we decided to use the elements as a framework in order to kind of position being able to look at the different issues and how we relate to the water element, how we relate to our rivers and our oceans, how humans are relating to natural and not natural fires, how we're relating to the soil, and then how we're relating to carbon emissions in the air and how that's affecting global warming. And then finally, what's really lovely is the last day we're looking at the space or the ether element, and this is where we're going to explore this sense of interconnectedness amongst humanity, not from this human-centered perspective of we're in charge of how to make sure we fix everything, but to kind of shift and recognize ourselves as this interconnected component of this biotic community that is the ecosystem of the earth, and how we can best kind of harmonize with those energies and kind of with the other plants and animals who are here sharing the space with us while we're alive. And one of the main things I wanted to look at when we look at these different issues is that a lot of the individual, it's not necessarily just an individual effort, and it's not necessarily just a governmental or corporate effort. A lot of times individuals are thinking, well, the corporations and the governments need to do something better, and then the corporations and the governments are saying, well, the individuals need to recycle more and change. And we can't go around doing this. That's not going to be helpful and not going to serve the earth. So it needs to be a both and ethic, that from the bottom up, we're making our individual changes to reframe our mind to this more eco-centric perspective, at the same time pushing through petitioning, through vocalizing, through having discussions for these larger frameworks to change, to meet those grassroots efforts in a place that helps create a sustainable economy, an environment that is holistically held with care, and also we're going to look at the social issues because these are all tied in. Something like my care or my love for animal rights. It's not just and looking at the exploitation of animals, for example. It's also looking at how factory farms exploit the land and how they exploit workers in marginalized communities. And so we've got to look at these things together and then recognize where we feel most pulled to act. And that's what we're going to do. And I'm really excited to be a part of this.
Yeah, so we're both super excited, and we've been brainstorming and coming up with a framework, and some of the presenters that we have are incredible. We have Andrea Boni, master 40-year meditation teacher from Italy. We have Mogati from South Africa. Tanya Mikwitz is a new one, but we know each other from India, and she's incredible from the UK. And then Talia Thomas in Costa Rica. So we're really bringing in people from all different countries because, again, this is not a human-centered thing. It's not an American-centered thing. It really is Earth Day for all. And we'll see you there. So check out our Facebook page. Please like us on Facebook and follow us those 3 sessions per day starting next Wednesday. We're super stoked, and we'll see you there.